New dads, listen up as we go over this week's highlights and what happened in the world of gaming. Well, this might be the beginning of the end for physical discs, at least according to Activision, where Call of Duty Black Ops 4 sold incredibly well online through its digital version, doubling the previous iteration, but severely lacked in the physical disc department. Without providing actual numbers, Activision has said it was the biggest day one digital release in its history, which includes such blockbusters as Destiny and even Guitar Hero. There's another note to the success too, where Call of Duty is featuring a Battle Royale mode, so maybe this is the beginning of the end for PUBG as well. Only time will tell. And did you get a message from a random PS4 user recently? Well, don't open it yet. Many PS4 players were reporting user messages that would brick their consoles, resulting in users having to factory reset their PlayStations before being able to play. Well, Sony has weighed in on the issue, and a fix is in the next update, but in the meantime, they warn against factory resetting the console and just delete any messages from their free PSN app on their smartphone. In any event, now would be a good time to review any privacy settings you or your kids have so you can avoid this event in the future. And you may have heard of a small game called Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe. Well, Rockstar's co-founder Dan Houser has announced some details on the game, including the over 60-hour main storyline, over a 100 gigabyte file size, and the over 500,000 lines of dialogue that has been recorded. And to make that all happen, it was mentioned that there were senior employees that would work 100 hours in the work week. Now, Dan has gone on to clarify that his statements saying that not everyone puts in these kind of hours, and if they do, it's because of how, quote, passionate they are about the game's success. Well, even if true, something should be said for the leadership at Rockstar for allowing that not only to happen, but to be apparent enough for the co-founder of the company to comment on it. No doubt Red Dead 2 will be a success, but here's hoping to the health of the people and families behind the game as well. And Command & Conquer, anyone? EA has announced its interest in creating a PC remaster of the old games for the players. Now, this isn't the new dumbed-down version that is expected for mobile platforms, but a genuine retelling of the old iconic strategy games when it first launched way back in 1995. EA producer Jim Vasella has chimed in on Reddit saying that they are already exploring the possibility for the series' upcoming 25th anniversary and that there would be no, and I quote, no microtransactions. As with any game by EA, this is kind of a wait and see if they make good on their word, which, if you're a strategy game fan like myself, we hope they do make good. And it seems like a lot of gamers, including myself, are a little confused on the upcoming game from Ubisoft entitled Starlink Battle for Atlas, and whether or not the game requires amiibo-like toys to play and progress. Well, it turns out no additional toys are required to play the space fighting game, which can save a ton of money for us dads out here. But that being said, the game is structured around these toys, so if you just have the base game, you basically just have one life within the game to complete the entire level. Die at the end boss, well, the whole level resets. So if you have one of the toy ships that you can buy and connect to the game, that acts as a second life. If you have more ships, more lives. So if you're really into this sci-fi game, and especially if you're playing with your kids, you might want to save some frustration and those gray hairs and buy some additional toys, or perhaps the starter toy pack to get you on your way. And as for video game releases this week, some highlights include the mentioned Starlink Battle for Atlas, and LEGO DC Supervillains for all consoles, Soul Calibur 6 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and the Dark Souls trilogy launches for the PS4 and Xbox One. That's it for the gaming news this week. Catching up and tune in next week for another update.